Hello everyone, welcome to my channel once again, and in this particular video we are going to discuss how to plan your introduction for writing task 2 for your IELTS exam. So let's quickly start the video, and this is the topic statement that we are going to discuss today. Some people think that you can never become fluent in a language unless you have spent time living or working in that country. So in today's video, I'll be just focusing on the topic statement and not what is written in the red. That is, what is the main question that has been asked to you in the essay, because this video is just about writing and planning an accurate introduction so that you can go closer or move closer to getting a 7.5 bands in writing. So to what extent do you agree? This part will be discussed towards the next video, where I'll be discussing how to plan your body paragraphs. Okay, so let's discuss this. And since we know that this essay is about language, so many people or many students would simply start writing about the importance of language in one's life, or what is the main language, what is the national language, what is the official language, and how it's very important for us to learn that particular language. But in an IELTS exam, they are looking at how you respond to the task, right? So you have to be very specific about it, and your introduction should also be specific. So from your very first line or very first sentence in the essay itself, you should sound focused that okay, this is what I want to write in my essay, rather than writing something about language and trying to relate to the main sentence. Don't do that, because many students, for example, if they get an essay on internet, they will simply write today is the era of technology and internet has become very important. But mind you, this is not something that is relating to what has been asked to you. The main question here, no doubt, is about language, but it's not about language. They're talking about living and spending some time in the country to know their language, right? So the best method that I think that will keep you focused on what is required from you is to use synonyms, and synonyms is similar meaning words, right? Or use some different words for that, so that you also remain focused while writing the essay. So let's try and begin and see if we can do it or not. And I have just written a statement randomly. I have not prepared this video, and I don't prepare videos. It's all whatever comes to my mind, okay, that this can help the students, so I'll make a video on that. So that is why this is just a random question, and like you will be getting a question in the exam, I am also not prepared for this, so I'll write the introduction with you here and see if we can succeed or not, right? So some people think that you can never become fluent in a language unless you have spent time living or working in that country. This is the question, and then you have to tell to what extent do you agree. So usually in an IELTS exam, there are 2 points of view that have been given to you, and they usually ask to which one you agree. But here one point of view is given and the extent has been asked. So I'll leave this extent part in the next video for you, but here we will plan the introduction. Now here, as you can see, some people. So how can we write this phrase, some people, in different language? So some people can be written as a certain section of people, a certain section of society, right? So we can say, or we can also write there are some individuals. So we will not repeat the word people, because remember I told you that vocabulary is also important, but at the same time we will not be using unnecessary words. So we can write some individuals think. Now some individuals think. What can we write here? So instead of the word think, we can write believe, right? Some individuals believe that you can never become fluent in a language unless you have spent time. So instead of you, we can also write one or a person, right? So some individuals believe, think, or you can also write are of the opinion. Right? That instead of you, we can use the inclusive language we or one or a person. Anything. Some individuals believe or are of the opinion that we can now never become fluent in a language. So you can say some individuals believe that we can never. So fluent is proficient user, right? We can never, or you can simply write learn a language. But here, since we are aiming for 7.5 vocabulary, we will try to write something that will sound academic. So we'll write we can never be proficient users of a language if. So unless and if are used interchangeably, and we will write if. So since we have used we here, so we will use we here as well, the second pronoun. We have spent time living or working in that country. Now this is something that is important. Since the question statement has ing form of the verbs, we can either keep it in simple live or work, or reside or work, or earn bread and butter. But this would be too fancy, so we'll keep it simple here. So we can write users of a language if we do not reside and work or find work in a country that has the language as its official language. Some individuals believe or are of the opinion that we can never be proficient users of a language if we do not reside and work or find work in a country that has the language as its official language. Now this seems confusing here or a bit difficult to make sense, right? So this still has a scope of improvement. So how will we improve it? We will omit this, and I'll tell you something in the end of this video. Find work you also keep thinking that what else can be added here. So find work in a country where that language is official. Now this seems somewhat digestible, right? So let's read, and if we still think that there is something that can be changed, we'll do that. Now the introduction starts from here. Some individuals believe or some individuals are of the opinion that we can never be proficient users of a language if we do not reside and work or find work in a country where that language is official, right? Simple. There are other methods as well, but I think if you go word by word, it will be simple for you, and at the same time, you will remain focused that this is what has been asked to you, because then the next line would be the answer of the question. To what extent do you agree? Right? So this makes your essay coherent. And this is what the examiner is looking at. Now, what do you expect if you're writing a language is very important to survive in a new land, so we should learn their language, and I agree. What do you agree about? You haven't started anything about that, right? So this is the key. If you want to be focused, if you want your essay to be coherent, concise, clear, make sense, always try to modify this topic statement that has been given to you. I am not saying follow this style or this is the only method, but what I am suggesting is that it is convenient, because these are some words that we already know, and the moment you think about fluent, okay, what can be fluent? Proficient. If you do not learn a language, right? So more words will come into mind. But if you do not plan your introduction, you will falter, and your introduction will not make sense with the body paragraphs. And one more thing is, when you plan your introduction, your body paragraphs are automatically planned, because you know that this is what my essay should look like, and I'll find something that will support this argument or this statement, right? And you have seen for yourself that in the previous video I told you that we should be spending 10 to 20 minutes in the planning, right? So this is what I meant. Now I've planned the introduction with you, and you can see for yourself how much time we took, because the video is, I think, going to be around more than 5 minutes. And ask yourself, do you spend 5 minutes planning just the introduction? Because many of us don't even spend 5 minutes for the entire essay, right? So please spend some time on planning, because you reap what you sow, right? So we have to lay a strong foundation in order to have a strong essay. Thank you, and I hope you liked this video, and please hit the like button, share it, subscribe the channel if you haven't yet, and keep me posted about your needs as far as the IELTS language test is concerned. Okay, thank you, have a nice day, take care, bye bye.